Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new show, Love and Marriage Detroit, Season 1, Episode 1. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. Listen, the people have been asking and I decided to accept the challenge. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna continue because it seemed like the foolishness is getting started over here, child. Let's get into it. When the show opens up, it's Carlos and he's narrating. No offense, CK, but I'm gonna need you to outsource your narrator because, child, I almost turned the channel. Love and Marriage Detroit. I cannot. Sir, don't act like Tyler Perry now and act like you got to do everything. Be the producer, the butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker. Find someone to narrate for you. Anywho, the first couple up is Colby and Russell. Beautiful couple, and they know they look good. Okay? All to the good. Then we have Christina and Brandon and Brandon's man bun. They're a power couple, but Brandon has a secret that he hasn't shared with Christina. Next up is Dr. Latoya and Anthony. Okay, he don't get nothing, honey. Dr. Latoya and Anthony, honey, Ant at this point. He's a manosphere twerp, and that's just that on that. Very nice looking couples, but the foundations are rocky as hell. Okay, it's giving rock the boat, honey. It's giving very much rock the boat. So all the couples meet up at the park, right? Because they're having a cookout. So we get into Chris and Brandon. He said they've been together 11 years. They've been married for 11 years. And he was on the Twitter. He saw her avatar and it had a little pokage. So he went over there to follow her and whatnot. Then, you know, they got married in less than 6 months. And she moved to Detroit 4 days before their wedding. He is in the music industry. He develops artists. He has a studio. He does this, that, and this center. Okay, he does all the things. They have 2 daughters, which are beautiful. And Christina is a fashion designer and social media influencer. She used to style his clients, but not anymore. Probably because she was styling the side pieces. Honey, nobody wants to pull pieces for the side pieces. That's a word. Oh, I think we should put that on a t-shirt. I think we should put that on a t-shirt. I don't want to pull pieces for the side pieces. Listen, Christina, me and you can work together, baby. I use that right side of my brain if I don't do nothing else. If I don't do nothing else, I'm going to be creative. So just let me know, honey. Just let me know. Next up is Colby and Russell. Baby, Russell is gorgeous. Okay, but he made my stomach hurt a little bit because he definitely reminds me of that ex. Oh, child, when I saw him, my heart almost stopped. I was like, that's not that ex, is it? Oh, child, but it wasn't. It was Russell. Anywho, I probably would have skipped this show if I were these two because you know how the heifers are, honey. You know how the heifers are. And all these reality shows come with some type of drama. They've been married for 3 years. They are homie lover friends. Okay, shout out to y'all. She's a content creator as well. He runs a nonprofit that focuses on literacy in sports. And they have 1 daughter that's 18 months. And she is so cute. So Colby is saying how her and Christina got connected through their husbands. And lastly, Dr. Latoya and Anthony, okay, she's a sports physician, a sports physical therapist, and the owner of a luxury wine. She's married to Anthony, honey, and he works for Live Nation. They have 3 children. They met at Michigan State, and they've been married for 14 years. Child, you done put up with him for 14 years? Okay. So they're all getting together. They're having this Father's Day cookout. They all sit down. They start eating. So Brandon gets right into it. So he leans over and he starts asking his friend John, who's also at the table but not a part of the cast. He starts asking him about Vegas. He was like, oh, it was good. You know, we had a good time. So Brandon was like, yeah, Christina saw the roster and said that she didn't want me to go. So I was unable to show my face yet again. Probably because she knows how you get down. She has a right to feel insecure about what's going on in her relationship because you've proven that you can't be trusted. I don't know why these men cheat and then act confused. Well, she don't want me to go. I don't know why. What? So Russell looks to him. He said, well, how did you present it to her? You know, how did you ask? He said, oh, I didn't ask. He said, you know, she just discourages me by nagging, asking 21 questions, no 50 cent. Honey, just kept on asking all these questions. So then Anthony gonna say, you know what? You're gonna join my class, the man movement. Oh, Lord. So Christina's like, no, he not. He is not joining your class. He's good. He said, no, the man movement is for men to stand up for themselves, to have a voice. So then Anthony is like, yeah, we're going to just do a trip with just the men. Christina said, are you asking or are you telling? He said, I'm not asking you nothing. She said, okay. So then she looks at her husband. She said, are you asking or are you telling? This is what I think. I feel as a couple, you don't own each other. You're not their guardian. Okay. You're not my mom. He's not my dad. It doesn't work like that. They don't have to ask permission, but a respectful conversation about it can be had. Like mutual respect is what we're aiming for. Like, yeah, I'm having a girls trip, or the girls are putting together a trip and I wanted to see if you had anything going. If, you know, just have a conversation about it. Not, hey, can I go on this trip with the girls? I understand if you say no. Like, no, that's not how this works. Moving forward. So in the confessional, Russell said the way that Christina speaks to Brandon, Colby would never. Okay. So Christina was like, no, he needs to ask me if he wants to go somewhere. He needs to ask. So he asked if LaToya makes him ask permission. She looked at Anthony. She said, do you have to ask? He said no, but Anthony, he's speaking for her, talking about, yeah, I don't have to get permission. I do what I want to do. If I want to go, then I'm going to go. And so then Brandon's like, yeah, I mean, I don't have to ask either, but I want to go without 21 questions. So all the women are like, no, I mean, we need answers. If you're going to go somewhere, we want to know about it. So then Colby says that she doesn't ask 21 questions. If he wants to go, that's cool. She doesn't ask all those questions. And Russell had her back. He was like, no, she might ask 3 questions tops, but she don't do all that. This shows me, yeah, y'all need to get off this show before the ignorance spills into y'all's marriage, honey. I would be a 1-season wonder. Now, I know that some things come with this, like the benefits of brand deals and being able to do this, that, and this, and all the exposure, but I would not put my union in jeopardy to be playing around on a Carlos King production. Now, I don't care who get mad about it, but it wouldn't be me. So Anthony goes, well, I mean, we still going. It's a man trip for us to just relax, get together as men, just be men. So in the confessional, his wife was like, oh, so y'all have a bromance. He said, just because Brandon has a nice man bun, that don't mean we having a bromance. Who asked anything about a man bun? I'm sure. In the next scene, Colby and Christina, they meet up at the kids' gym so they can have a play date with the girls. While the kids are playing, they sit down so they can talk. Side note, these babies are so freaking cute. And you know what I do love about this series is that all the children seem to be around the same age. I love that. Anywho, they let the girls play. They sit down. They start talking. They start talking about what's been going on with them lately as far as content creation. Christina said, you know, like a light bulb just turned on when she was 40 and she had a rebirth. Come on, 40. Honey, 40 is the new 25. Christina, you look good, girl. Okay. Welcome to the 40-40 club. So she wants to focus on her. And in the confessional, she was just like, you know, I just want to focus on me. And Brandon's going to have to help. It's time for me to shine. It's given same song and dance from Huntsville and DC. She wants to spread her wings to not just be at home or being a stay-at-home wife. And she wants to do her thing. And he needs to help. We've seen it with Tisha and Marceau season 1 through infinity. We've seen it with Ashley and DJ Quicksilver over on DC. Same song and dance, a different franchise. So they start talking and they bring up their anniversary coming, which is Christina and Brandon. They talk about their anniversary. And Colby was just giving her some encouragement and telling her, girl, it's okay to show up for you and take a back seat to all this mommying. Honey, you got to be you at the end of the day. And Christina said she really did need those kind words. And you know what? You will get wrapped up in just being a mom. I have seen that in my own self. And I've told y'all that plenty of times. You get wrapped up in being the mom, the provider, the this, the that, and you're no longer you. Like you got to take some of your identity back. So I appreciated Colby actually pouring into her because clearly she needed it. Moving forward. Side note. Okay, because y'all know I notice everything. This is a whole lot of detail. Why aren't the other franchises filmed as clearly as Huntsville? When I watch Love and Marriage Huntsville, I don't see any type of haze over the film. Like, I don't know if y'all need to clean the lens. I don't know what's going on. It's always so orange looking and so kind of like humdrum. The same thing happens on DC. Now, I know DC, they normally shoot in the winter, But it's like, why everything looks so orange? Honey, I don't like that. Get over down to Huntsville, baby. That just is bright. Nobody want to see Hotel in HD, and we got to look at everybody else on the iPod. Yo, oh, child, it's a fool. I just noticed that, and I'm just like, why does this look like this? But anywho, in the next scene, y'all, Brandon is at the studio dropping some beats. Okay, he has a studio called Star Studio, which he owns, and he makes magic. These are his words. So he's with his artist, Nija. Hey, girl. And she's in there singing. And his phone rings. It's Christina, and she's calling him, right? So he tells her, you know what, go ahead and take a break, honey. Take five. So he can speak on the phone in secret. So he's talking about, yeah, I haven't told Christina yet. I don't know when I'll present it to her, but just not right now. So she's like, hey, babe, what's up? He being all short, talking about, what's up? Why you calling me? I mean, we live together. I'm going to see you. I'm going to talk to you. She said, ew, what's wrong with you? I was just calling to see when you was coming home. He gonna say, I don't know. I'm in a flow right now. My energy is slowly dying because you on this phone. Can I get back to my session or what? Yeah, They always try to be mean to you when they doing something they ain't supposed to be doing. Let me tell you something. If somebody just flipped the script on you and all of a sudden start acting real short and got an attitude for no damn reason, they are doing something to you behind your back that they have no business doing. Baby, y'all better pay attention, honey. I'm just saying, it's been proven, honey. It's a scientific fact. If he starts acting a fool, then either A, he's trying to create a fight so he can go do him and not feel guilty about it, or B, he doing him with somebody else. Moving forward. I feel like Carlos looks for the most god-awful men that he can find. This right here was giving very much Stevie J, Jocelyn, and Mimi. That's what it was giving me. Hey, maid, I see you got your maid outfit on like you like to do. It's giving very much Love and Hip Hop Atlanta season 1. He don't want to answer this phone and talk to his wife because he's doing something wrong. Like, he's just doing something wrong. I'm tired of these men always getting on here being disrespectful and degrading. I'm telling y'all right now, if it gets too bad, I'm out. I'm not going to continue to watch these women be manipulated and mistreated every single show. Now, I'm badly making it through with Bell Collective down there with Glendale and Clifford and the gang. I'm not about, and I gave up Huntsville completely. I don't even watch that show. Like, at first I used to run home on a Saturday night wanting to see it. I don't even look that show's way, especially with what Martell tried to do outside of the show. And the way that Marceau sometimes spoke to Tisha, deplorable. I'm not about to be over here with Brandon and this man bun acting a fool. He's guilty, so he being an ass. He's like, I don't even know why I answered the phone. Y'all. I have had a man say that to me before. Man, I shouldn't even answer the phone. Get out. Get out, Christina, and get out now, girl. Get out now. Save yourself years of heartache down the road. Baby, he would be on the first thing smoking. I wouldn't be able to do it. That one statement right there, it just really reassured me that I need to make sure that I find the right person, because you would not be able to talk to me like that. He's like, my flow is gone. So she trying to figure out again, what is wrong with him? Child, he likes to step out with his artist, with his little bitto self. He don't need no wife. He probably like that girl because there's no reason why you didn't tell your wife that you were signing another artist. It's giving red flag. If you're innocent, you're not doing anything wrong besides working, then why can you not tell her that you signed this woman? Because you probably sleeping with her, or you probably trying to sleep with her. Anyway, so they get in this group confessional. He's like, you know, as men, we got to leave the house to work for 40 to 80 hours a week. And if I felt more loved and appreciated at home, then maybe I would alter my schedule. The way in which I would have looked at him and said, baby, you ain't got to worry about me. I don't give a damn what your love language is. You ain't never got to dot my dough. If you don't want to come back, please stay in your studio. Take all of your belongings. Make yourself a cot. Make yourself a pallet on the floor. I don't give a damn. You ain't never got to come back. That was so rude and disrespectful. She's like, well, you got to come home for me to treat you with some. I'm like, girl, Girl, cut. Christina, you know that man not worth a damn. You know it. In the next scene, Anthony is at the gym working with his son. He says sports kept him out of trouble, so he's working with his son to make sure that he has the same result. Okay, given the big Lou of Detroit. Y'all know Lou stay in that gym. I don't think he ever shot a scene outside of it. So his wife shows up. So they start talking about the wine being distributed. Okay, Okay. It's just seeming to me like this is copy and paste different city, honey. It's giving chocolate in a bottle. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's giving Inez, honey. Oh, honey, everybody got a wine. But no, that's good for you, Dr. Latoya. I hope yours tastes great. Okay, I really do. So Dr. Latoya starts telling us about her wine and what inspired her to start her brand. And she said Anthony is basically her right-hand man. And I know y'all are probably wondering, like, why do you keep addressing her as Dr. Latoya? Because she's a doctor, and I will address her as such. We always have these shows with these men being disrespectful and not giving women their things, honey, and their just due. So she will be Dr. Latoya if I should keep these reviews up. So after they start talking about that, they start talking about the traveling they all have to do. And then he mentions Atlanta. So he went down to Atlanta during the height of the panini, when the thing first popped off. He claims he went down there to work. He went during the panini. She was working in the hospital. He didn't tell her nothing. I can only imagine the mental toll that took on her. I could only imagine. In the medical field, seeing all that death every day, the unknown, not knowing what's going on. How is this thing mutating? How can I catch it? How can I keep from catching it? Then you got to come home and deal with children. And y'all have small children too, while he's down there gallivanting in the A. But something to me not adding up. And y'all know I'm going to tell it. Something right here is not adding up. The world was shut down. What are you doing in Atlanta? Atlanta was not open. Okay. Keisha Lance Bottoms did not have Atlanta open during this time. So what were you doing? Ain't nothing open down in the A but some legs. What were you doing down there? Child, see, I'm kind of like Christina in the way of asking 1,000,001 questions until it makes sense to me. Because you're not just going to tell me whatever and I'm just going to go with it. So he was like, yeah, I feel like if I didn't come home, we may be divorced. So he's telling her that he doesn't want to miss out on opportunities because she doesn't want him to go back to Atlanta. She's telling him it's not about that. It's about the fact that you do not communicate with me. You just do it and then feel like we should just follow suit. He gonna say, yeah, I mean, that's how it was done back in the day. Sir, you better be glad that you met her during college, because nobody worth their weight in gold would even look at you. Sis, he is not running down to Atlanta for no business, and he ain't fooling me. Girl, you better check that TikTok that went viral just to make sure. I'm just saying, honey, if you know, you know. Moving forward. Side note, Anthony seems like one of those men that have relationships, but they hate women. Now, y'all can say whatever y'all want to say, but that's the vibe he giving me, honey. I don't trust it. In the next scene is Christina and Brandon's 11-year anniversary, and he decides to make it a cast affair. Let me tell y'all something. If it's our anniversary, I don't want to spend it filming in a field of foolishness, especially with the likes of Anthony. If I even saw Anthony on my anniversary, instant divorce, honey. I would be instantly pissed off. Don't bring Anthony around me, especially during my anniversary. So he blindfolds her, and the other couples are there in this lavender farm with a band playing. There's like a picnic set up. Now, I can't say this. It would be so beautiful, just the two of them being serenaded in a beautiful field with a romantic picnic for just those two. But to have to deal with all those other people and the way this thing is about to turn out, oh, hell no. So Russell goes, yeah, I would have never thought of this. Like, what even made you think of this? So Kobe said, yeah, you know, Russell, he ain't that romantic, honey. He just not. He said, I am. Sometimes I put some meat on the grill. We play romantic games. She said, I know you ain't talking about sex. Russell, your little reindeer games are not considered romantic. So I'm not about to play with you. Not sex being romantic, honey. That's giving a little bit of Marceau, okay? That's giving a little bit of Marceau, not sex being romance. Boy, goodbye. So they're in this field, and here comes Anthony with the foolishness. They ain't been there 5 minutes. Russell said, yeah, you know, Anthony has a He-Man woman haters class. I know that's right, honey. Call it out. Tell the truth and shame the devil. So Christina was asking, have you always been a man chauvinist? Okay, now I'm sure she meant male chauvinist. Sis, I'm going to try to give you a pass. Now get yourself together. So he claims she's wrong. He's like, nah. No, she's right. So she said, you know, I'm just getting that vibe from you. It's just the vibe that I'm getting. So he tries to explain the man movement and how it's all about men leading their families, men having a voice, this, that, and this and Brandon, Why are you letting Anthony address your wife at this anniversary dinner? Honey, and I'm doing air quotes. Why is he addressing her directly? Why? What's wrong with you? I don't, girl, if this was my man, he wasn't man enough for me. First of all, he's disrespectful and he lets another man address you. Girl, what? So Anthony talking about, before he got with you, he was next up on the scene. He was really coming up. Sir, man bun can speak for himself. He wants her to let him go to the club. Why should she let him go to the club? Why he got to be in the club to succeed? She know what time it is when it comes to him. So why does he need to go to the club? And get out of these people's marriage and focus on Atlanta. So she's like, I just don't like the club. Me personally, I just don't want him to go to the club. Brandon speaks up and says, well, I need to network. And if they at the club, that's where I'm going to be. Now he's showing out. Okay. He's showing out. So then Kobe pipes up and she's like, well, Russell not going to no club ever. So Anthony tried to interject. Russell said, hey, I got this one. I know that's right, honey. Don't let that bum address your wife. That's how you do it. Okay. That's how you cover your woman. Don't speak to my wife. I got this. I know that's right. He said, and why is that? She said, because you don't like the club. You know what? I really do love their rapport so far. I feel like they kind of check each other, but in a respectful, let's not get out of character type of way. I like it. So then Anthony brings up Atlanta and how his wife was mad that he went to Atlanta. So Brandon was like, the worst thing that you can do as a woman is hold a man's passion back. Hold him back. Anthony talking about, don't let her hold you back. You do you. Don't let her hold you back. Anthony, sit there and eat your food. Eat your sandwich. Don't say nothing else to this couple. Nothing. So she was like, no, I just feel like he shouldn't be in the club. I'm not trying to hold him back. And you don't have to speak up for him. Now Anthony is telling her she's insecure. Again, Brandon, where are you? You got so much mouth for your own wife being disrespectful to your woman, but you don't have mouth for this man calling your wife insecure. You know why? Because I think you agree. So she was like giving the history, and you know what the history is, and she's looking directly at Brandon. That's what y'all don't know. Y'all don't know about the history. She said, back in the day, he had history with other artists. So Kobe goes, well, did the artist used to text you, call your phone real late? Like, what was going on? So Russell looks at her and he said, hey, keep your toes over here. Now, at first I was like, ooh, okay. Baby, my whole body over here, my toes, my arms, honey, head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Do you hear me? But Russell, you ain't fooling me. The reason why you didn't want her to speak her speech is because you didn't want to get in trouble, because you already knew what was going down and you told her, and she is about to spill it. So you trying to make sure you cover your ass, and you ain't fooling me. Boy, anyway. Now, I do respect the fact that you don't want her to get involved in other people's mess, because the couples, they going to stay together and the first thing they going to do is shoot the messenger. So I understand that, but also you're trying to make sure you don't get in trouble. Anywho, so then Kobe continued, honey, because she ain't even him. She's like, so you're developing a new artist, right? Now, apparently, Russell been pillow talking with Kobe, and he told her. And so Kobe didn't get the memo that Christina didn't know. So she said it anyway. So Brandon was like, I told him that she didn't know yet. So what does that mean? That means like basically you shouldn't have told him. Kobe had no idea that she didn't know. She said otherwise she would not have asked, especially at their anniversary dinner, picnic, or whatever this is. So he keeps claiming that it wasn't the right time to tell Christina. So then Brandon starts coming at Kobe, talking about, I see what you're trying to do, and you're going to have to come better than that on our anniversary. And I was like, what? Poor Christina is still trying to get answers, y'all. She don't know what's going on. Russell is telling Kobe to stay out of their household. She's like, I'm not in their household. So now it's a full-on mess. He gonna try to flip it. That's Brandon talking about, you signed brand deals without my knowledge. Sir, cut the crap. You know dang on well that that's not the same. Her signing a brand deal has nothing to do with you having a secret female artist that you're spending time with and nights with in the studio that you get angry with your wife when she calls about. Like, that's two different things. And in the confessional, she tells us that he had an emotional connection with one of his artists, and she felt betrayed because this artist was somebody that she helped. She was close to this person. Christine, I'm telling you right now, honey, trust that it was more than emotional. It was more than that. So now she's all upset about their secret. She crying. So he up there talking about, you ain't got to worry about it. I learned from my past mistakes. And she was like, so why do you have a secret? Why are you keeping this lady a secret? Why couldn't you just tell me that you signed a new artist? Why? So now this is awkward, honey. The talent is at a standstill. Ain't nobody singing. She's crying. The whole day is ruined. What an anniversary. There is no way that I would forgive my husband for this type of BS. You choose my anniversary to let a man disrespect me. Not only him, but you as well. And you just disrespected me 2 days prior to that. Now I'm sitting in a field of greens and everybody around me is looking at me like a fool because I'm the only one not privy to the information that you have a brand new artist. It's giving red flag. It is giving red flag. And that was the end of the episode. Ooh, child, let me tell y'all something. Brandon can't be trusted. Anthony can't be trusted. Russell don't hang with them too long, honey, because birds of a feather flock together. And this right here is some foolishness. Y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about the very first episode. Like I said, I don't know if I can hang on, if it's going to be more of Anthony making all the men square up against they women. And I just don't have time for Brandon being so blatantly disrespectful to his wife. I really don't. I really don't. I don't want to see it, honey. I'm sick of seeing it. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.